we'll do, I want to go into all metal. I'm going to run M1 field mode. Recovery, I'm going to drop recovery down to 3. IF3, I'm going to keep it IF3 stability 1. I'm going to take audio gain 4. I'm going to go into 60 tone, my preferred tonage. I know a lot of people don't use it, but I dig less trash with it. Sorry, let's go into volume of my first tone break, which drop back to 9 is 4, and then 10. Frequency of the first tone break is 4, and 25 from the second tone break. And yeah, like I say, third tone break is dropped back to 9. So this was quite jumpy, but it was a clear tone. It was coming. The display wasn't much cop, to tell you the truth. It was all over, but it's more than pinpoint of depth. I haven't got the foggiest what it is. It's a bit of rust in it. Maybe that's why it was jumpy. Some kind of brass cap. Maybe bronze or brass cap. Okay, deep that. Darkest green, near enough black penny. At the bottom of the hole there. Spotted it there as I popped the plug, and the shininess of it, the smoothness of it, it's got to be Victorian bronze. Yeah, that'd be an early one, that as well. Oh, it's that smooth. I can't see date on it. Come up a 24, one of many class I find. I've got a coffee jar near enough full of them. That's your late 1700s, early 18. It's got a glimpse of an unusual piece of lead. That is a strange one. It might have just, that might have been a loop. It was kind of plumb weight or something like that, but it did look fish shaped as I pulled it out. It's got a really thick white patina on it, really thick. Let's see how, until we can get to the lead. We're still going there, we're still going. So that normally shows age because patina promotes over time. But it can also do with how moist the ground conditions are. So yeah, I'd say it's quite old that, because it's like 10 inch, 11 inch down. So there's me with my deep settings just under the surface, say 1 inch down. It doesn't get ploughed. This it's never been ploughed. Farm's been here for 50 years, and there is it George the 5th? So over 100 years old, halfpenny. I'm presuming it's George the 5th. Been on the surface there for 100 or so years. All the elements have got to it. It's been out in all weathers. Coming through loud and clear. Let's get a look. Yeah, I decided to go with a bit of a IF. I've been ill. Been really ill. I was in bed for 3 days. Man flu or something like that. I was still feeling it, so the IF is there depending on how hard you want to work for your targets. You could run an IF8, you know, and have a nice, easy going hunt with the possibility of missing targets next to iron. Yeah, but he won't stop you digging shit like that. But yeah, it all depends. If you was a beginner, running an IF 8, lowering your IF iron filter is good on iron infested land. The lower you can have the filter, the more depth you'll get as well. All filters cause depth underperformance on depth, so does discrimination pattern. A detector is there just to detect metal, and what is added are all filters: sensitivity, discrimination, stability, recovery. They're all filters. Tonal selections, single tone, you get more depth with single tone, because the tonal selections they're all filters. So the less filters you can use, the more depth you'll get with your detector. But the filters are there to control it as well, to control the detector, because it's like Goldfield mode, single tone, and stuff like that. Now, getting back to the iron filter, that would be great on land that's already been done by other detectors, which would have took the easy stuff out, the easier targets, so you can lower the iron filter and get them harder targets out. Also, if you're getting on a bit, you've got a bad back and you don't want to be digging a lot of iron, because you will dig a lot of iron. The lower you have the iron filter, the more iron you're going to dig. But yeah, so if you want a more pleasurable dig and just pick out them easy targets, like with the Deus 2 silencer, run silencer 2. You know, you're not going to get this stuff out of the iron, but if there's not much iron in the ground, does it matter? But yeah, that's what it's there for. I could run IF 8. Before the iron filter come out on the Legend, it was set at 8, which was quite high. We knew this. We knew the Simplex had a lower set iron bias, iron filter. But I think I dug 2 pieces of iron on 1.05. I didn't dig any small iron nails or anything like that, but big iron catches any detector out. So it's like with the iron bias on the Nox. If you want to have a pleasurable digging, dig out the big coppers, bronzes, easy targets. Yeah, run your iron filter up and have a nice easy stroll, and that it's only there for people that really want to get in between the iron and pick out them harder targets. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. I might even put the IF up to 5, because I haven't dug any iron. I've had 2 little pieces of iron. And that's it. But I don't even want to dig them. I'm still feeling a bit rough. But yeah, I think I might knock up to 4 or 5. I've kept it at 3. We've got a corner on its edge here. Big L penny. It might be a charge of 6, that it's in that good condition. And it is, charge of 6. Let's get a date on it, let's get a date off it. 1937, so just becoming rain there, because I'm sure George V was 36. I'm going to have to check over this hole. You can see that over that coin. It's like a fabric, definitely a fabric there. So is that like a purse? Is there silver in there? Yeah, as I suspected. There's something else in the hole. Wow. Yeah, maybe the purse bar. with one coin in. Lucky me. That just sounds quite nice. 42, 43. We could be onto a coin. Could it be more trash? Right on it there. Where you at? Oh, it's a lovely little buckle, and it's not horsey by the looks of it. A bit of Georgian green going on there. The piece would have gone across there, and then obviously the pin. Oh, it's a nice little buckle, that. Could be a shoe buckle for an infant back 200 years ago. Been playing on these fields. I'd say so. I'd say so. I like that. That will get cleaned up and waxed up and put with the rest of my better buckles. Just had one of the biggest pieces of, well, I won't say the biggest piece of lead, but the biggest, I think it might be a trade weight, a lead one. I'm sure there's some kind of symbol here on it. Yeah, that's there's definitely a stamp on that. Let's turn it over. Nothing on the other side, but yeah, we've got a stamp AR, so got something to go off there. I'll get that on All Things Lead and see if we can get an age on that. Come up like a 53, really high pitch, about 11 inches down. So yeah, plenty of bits. I haven't videoed it. I haven't recorded everything. Nothing too special. I do like that trade weight. Yeah, so I've got another dig. I went on, which I'm going to add on to now. So we're going to go back, like, I think it was about 2 months ago. Some good stuff come up. I weren't going to record. It was one of my supporters decided to jump on, and I thought, you know what, he weren't bothered either. You know, I thought just crack on, you know, have a good laugh and that, just not record. But I couldn't help myself when some half decent stuff come up, so yeah, that'll be added on there. And there's no ending to that video either. I didn't do an intro or an ending, so this will be the end now. Yeah, thanks for coming along. See you on the next one. I've had a few buttons. It's come up 31. Really strong. What coin is it? Ah, it's a Lizzie. Bless her. The late Elizabeth II. It does look like a shilling. So it'll be Cooper nickel, that. No silver content. I look at 1960 something. 63, 64 maybe. She's under there, buried. There's a bit of an iron grunt there, but I'm just iron next summer. I'm on IF3, because it's very quiet, the field. I'm not amongst iron, so I've popped that up by 1 to my usual settings. Stability 1. Quite small. Piece of lead. And that is a bag seal, but a plain. It's nothing on it. But it's not scrap lead, it was used for summer. There is an outline of, there's not much of an outline of anything, but see how it's sandwiched there, and this gives it away. Oh yeah, back seal. Set another coin up. It's an old copper though, older than the last one. So I could charge a third. Halfpenny. I got 36 here. It was really jumpy and sketchy in the hole. But it's not a giant polo, it's a spindle whorl. So we're talking like 1600s. There's no markings on it, but the age, going on age, yeah, a few hundred years old I reckon. Nice. So there's plenty of activity on this field as we've had another coin up, about 6 inches. He's not gonna get out off that. Give it a good rub on the back and hoping that it's gonna perform a miracle, and it's blank disc. Right, we've got a big penny, 1806 that I think. George III, I can just make out the outline of his boat race there. So yeah. There's got to be more, and there's got to be the shiny ones on here somewhere. I am going to sniff them out. It's a nice 40s, 30s, 40s. It's got to be a coin. It's got to be a coin. There's been plenty of coins coming up. Well, that spindle whorl come up that as well, didn't it? I'm sure of it. Huh? Oh, it's so shallow. Normally not a good sign. But on this field, everything has been shallow. What have we got? Oh, it's a bloody bullet tip. Yeah, rifle round bullet. Come up at 30s. Oh. Ah, yeah. We've got another spindle whorl. The same style. Not much design on it. Just did its duties. Did what it needed to do. And keep the cotton tight, weighted down. I can spin some yarn. Got a piece of bronze here. Yeah, looks like a dress. So I might be totally wrong, but I'd say that's the face side. You see the hair, maybe I had like a ponytail. I might just be seeing things here. Looks like the arms have come off there. And the little feet popped out the bottom, possibly, or it could just be the top of a fence or something, but it's definitely got that shape of Victorian charging. Solid 33 coming up here, every direction. A bronze coin maybe, another spindle whorl. Oh, the weather is absolutely amazing. I believe how warm it is this time of year. Put some sun cream on. Oh, you saw that come out there then, didn't you? Wow, what is that? I've had loads of steel yard weights. It might not be, but the Roman ones seem to have a shape like that. You know, that way as well. I'm looking for some iron, residues of iron. You've had it on a hoop. There you go, there's the iron core. So yeah, steel yard weight. Could be medieval, could be Roman. Pops out of 36. It was just under the surface. It's coming up 35. Which is silver territory. Let's see what it is. It really does look like, unless I've clipped some silver. Oh, I can't clean it up. It's definitely silver, that. It's definitely silver, but what is it? So it's a George VI, 1944, 50% silver. Silver sixpence, that will do me.